Gonna call this pension board meeting to order. Today's June 11. It is just flipped over to 9:01 a.m. Start with the roll call. I am Chairman Stephen Neff. Trustee Buzz Eddy. Here. Dan Kovac. Here. Tom Roberson. Here. Deidre Thomas. Here. All members are here. Moving into the approval of the minutes. There are two sets of minutes. One is from the, is there a second set of minutes? Only one set of minutes for February 20, the special meeting minutes that we had. Has everybody reviewed the special meeting minutes from February 20, 2020 at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, just approve that, read the, tackle. Josh Tackle, it's Hackkel. So the L, it's just to show, I read it.
I'll make that correction.
Okay.
And to show I read it, very minor, on the very first page, it says, had to find Mr. Patronus has a permanent or total disability. I think that should read and.
Do you mind, giving me exactly where that is, Mr. Kopak?
First page of the minutes, all the way down the bottom, last
Yes,
sentence.
sir, I see that.
Permanent and total.
And if you flip the page, it is correct on first paragraph of the next page.
Yeah, it continues through, and I think that's the proper terminology.
I'll make those changes before we have to next sign off on it.
Did you move approve?
Second.
With the changes.
First by Buzz, second by Dan. Any further discussion regarding the minutes from February 20, 2020? Seeing none, all in favor to approve the minutes? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries to accept this minutes. Did you have the minutes from the last meeting?
I do have the minutes, but I did not print them because I couldn't understand some of an issue, with Stampanos's, billing. And I wanted to make sure that it was accurate. I can call out the minutes, the other part of the minutes, or do we want to wait and get that part in there?
What would it take to fix what you couldn't understand? Would that be a discussion here amongst us, or would it be just listening to the tapes again?
Well, I think Stephanie can clarify that,
Okay.
with the information that you sent in email.
Are y'all good with an oral record and approving an oral record that'll be printed later?
I wouldn't have any problem, Stephanie or you, I wouldn't have any problem putting off consideration of those minutes.
Okay, we can table it till the next meeting.
Okay, I'll get with you on that information.
Okay. Any opposed to tabling that? I don't think I need a vote for it. All right, moving into the old business. The discussion of the previous members' non-claimed monies after separation. That's just something we have to maintain on the old business, just because we do have 4 members that are still carrying money in our plan. Same 4 members. We've made contact with all 4. They just don't seem inclined to do anything as far as to recover their funds. The next,
I may have asked this before, but as you said before, I'm getting more.
just an
Is
observation.
there a time frame? In other words, as people have noticed, probably by certified letter and other means, with either A and no response. Is there a time frame after which those funds can just be put right back into the fund? No.
It's indefinite. We have asked Stephanie Ford that same question. We can't do anything with the funds, but just to carry them. And you know, I haven't even asked the question whether any kind of death would affect that.
I think it could be subject to probate at that point.
Yes.
But I'm glad you keep track of it. We didn't in the past, and I'm glad you keep track of it, keep it on the front burner. Just because you don't want to lose track of what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating that it's indefinite and it has to be just carried on the record.
Now, I was looking in some of the books prior, and there was a document that said that you can just send the money to them.
Oh, that'd be well worth looking into if you could share.
I will look it up again, but some of the guys, and I think it's the one that lives in Mississippi, I believe, we don't know his address. That's the only thing, is one of them, we don't know, we have to have the address,
Or even if you
correct
have
address.
one where you could just distribute it, it's 25% less of a problem.
True. So I will look for that document.
Okay, that'd be wonderful. And then if you could bring that to the next meeting, then maybe we can start dispensing these funds out. Any further discussion on the previous members' non-claim funds? Okay, we're gonna move into the, next agenda item, the physical examination selection for Stan Pagonis. Let me preface this section by the memorandum. I don't know if y'all had a, chance to read it, it's in your packet. It says that we met in a special meeting February 2020 to make a determination of total and permanent disability as it relates to the application for disability pension submitted by Stan Pagonis. In order to satisfy the plan requirements, the board selected two physicians to perform medical evaluations to determine if Mr. Pagonis is permanently and totally disabled. The board selected Dr. Benson for the psychiatric evaluation and Dr. Hackle or another physician at the Andrews Institute for the orthopedic evaluation. City staff was informed that Dr. Hackle nor any other physician at Andrews Institute is willing to perform the evaluation. After speaking with Mr. Pagonis' attorney, the city attorney, Russell Van Sickle, advised that Mr. Pagonis is agreeable to the selection of Dr. Jason Roca or Dr. Donald Dewey to perform the orthopedic evaluation. The board will need to select another physician or one of the above named physicians to perform the medical evaluation during its meeting on June 11th. Okay? Let me also, towards the end of that, it only specifies about the orthopedic doctor. I want to read the pension plan document. The first section of the physical examination required: a participant shall not become eligible for disability benefits until and unless he undergoes physical examination by a qualified physician or physicians and/or surgeon or surgeons who shall be selected by the board for that purpose. For this, we had two purposes, one of which being orthopedic and one of being psychological. I received an email in regards to the refusal to attend the psychological, and the email from the pension attorney said Mr. Pagonis, through his attorney, declined to be subjected to the examination on the basis of his claim for benefits based on his mental health condition. So to me, I believe that means he's abated his claim for the mental health and is just seeking disability benefits under the orthopedic position. And that's the way I read all that. So when it comes to this selection, we're only selecting an orthopedic doctor, and Mr. Pagonis has chosen those two doctors. Well, he hasn't chosen them. He's come up with two names, I guess, that they have researched that would perform the evaluations that we need. So we as a group need to select another orthopedic doctor that would do this evaluation for our pension plan.
Well, it's interesting, the part about abating the claim based on psychiatric. I mean, is that based on your assumption, or is that something that his attorney has said, or?
Through Mr. Van Sickle, that is, Stan has declined to be subjected to an examination on the basis of his claim for benefits based on his mental health condition. So he's not gonna see a doctor that we've selected for him to see, then there is no claim, according to the plan document.
Are you Mr. Burgonis' attorney?
Can you add input to that? Do you mind?
Sure, and I, obviously, Mr. Van Sickle can address these specific questions. Our position was that the position selected would be inappropriate because it's prior involvement in workers' compensation claim. So I think technically, we're not pursuing the psychiatric component of the pension claim, but reserving rights to appeal on the decision based on the selection recommendations. Procedurally, I think that issue's off the table, the site, but we do feel that moving forward on the orthopedic claim at this point is entirely inappropriate. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Well, I'd like to see some document signed by him and accepted by us that says, I dropped this portion of my claim.
Well, and again, I defer to Mr. Van Sickle, we're reserving our rights to appeal, any decisions based on the selection of the psychiatric physician. So it's not so much that we're dropping that claim, but at this point in time, he's not going to submit to an examination of the decision that was selected. So there may or may not be an appeal related to the position that was selected by the board. But the orthopedic claim, I think, can move forward procedurally. There's no need to delay that. So at this point, we're just asking who that person's going to be. And I communicated with Mr. Van Sickle, we were fine with anybody up in Andrews that they could find. Unfortunately, nobody was going to. So he inquired of me, do you have any suggestions? When I defend Landrum, one of the largest employers in the area, I frequently use Dr. Roca as a physician. So that was somebody that we suggested who felt would be willing to perhaps evaluate on behalf of the city.
Mr. Barnett, would you state your name for the
Yes,
record,
ma'am.
please?
My name is Brian Barnett. I represent Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you.
I think I understand, it isn't so much that he's saying I evade the claim for psychiatric, he's saying I don't like the document.
We don't feel that the position that was selected was appropriate. I think we had raised that issue in the prior hearing. I respect the board's position on that. So we're not fighting that issue now. I'm just saying that that can be tabled for a later date if there needs to be an appeal on the selection of whether it's appropriate.
The plan is pretty specific when it says the board picks the doctor. So if the claimant does not participate in the board selected doctor, there is no claim. That's the way it is defined here in the pension plan document under 8104.
Question, Mr. Chairman. I'm tracking with what you're saying, that was one of my two questions. The board is responsible for selecting this doctor, and there's no, I didn't see any requirement in the plan for the applicant to agree to whatever doctor the board selects. But following that, the board has now selected the doctor. We still have an application for disability retirement before the board. It seems to me that that needs to proceed. It should not be tabled. That needs to be proceeded for a vote at whatever time whatever appropriate time for the vote on that particular claim, as far as tabling that, and then later on we're going to bring it up again. We've got an application for retirement. Doctor has been selected. The applicant has declined to submit to that examination. We need to proceed forward on both of them, not just one.
Yes, we need to, if we need to close one out, we need to close one out, but Mr. Pagonis has two applications for disability, one being psychological and one being orthopedic. By his simple refusal to see the doctor, might I add that we had to pay for the appointment anyway. I feel that we should close that one out and just focus on the orthopedic claim.
Now, is that something that we can do as a matter of local business, or is that going to need a special meeting like we had before?
I don't feel that it needs to have a special meeting for that particular issue, the psychological. As far as the orthopedic, after he sees the doctor, I feel that would need to be a special meeting. But this is a simple black and white, in writing, he didn't see the doctor we selected for him, he refuses to see that doctor, I would feel that's a closed issue.
Where is our attorney?
Mr. Van Sickle?
Exactly. And here's my thoughts on procedurally on this. This meeting was noticed to consider the orthopedic physician only, and that's the only thing that was noticed. So I feel like it's inappropriate for y'all to take any action other than to vote on a physician. If y'all like, we could schedule a special meeting, where we can invite Mr. Van Sickle back as well as Mr. Barnett and Mr. Gomez if they so choose, to attend. But this meeting is noticed only to consider, appointing another orthopedic physician.
Good point. And I don't want to put words in Mr. Barnett, right?
Yes, sir.
His mouth, but, you know, he's probably thinking, Mr. Pagonis is probably thinking, if I pursue a total and permanent orthopedic, what difference does it make about psychiatric? But if I don't get it on orthopedic, then I reserve the right to appeal later. I think that's what the position would take. So they're thinking that the psychiatric is moved if I get the orthopedic.
Yes, and in the memorandum for today's meeting, in the attachments, it does, notate both issues, psychiatric and orthopedic. So, if the board feels more comfortable tabling it with the idea of, giving notice to Mr. Barnett that we plan to, negate that issue at the next meeting, maybe you could be more prepared for it at that time, I don't know. I personally am ready to move on that and just focus on the orthopedic.
Excuse me.
Or we can just, whenever we do go to address orthopedic, just kill two birds with one stone, just address them both at the same meeting.
I hate to have a procedural matter come back and bite us.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, where's our attorney? If I'm understanding from my attorney, I can be held liable on some of this stuff. So I need an attorney that represents us in the room, protecting us. So I'm not about to make any motion regarding this.
Okay.
Other than maybe table it.
And that's a motion that can be made,
Then I so move.
okay?
So when question, the relative to table, are you also suggesting that the issue of selecting a physician be tabled?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I do have, correspondence, as you do.
Yeah.
From Mr. Van Sickle about the two, doctors.
I don't have anything about the two doctors.
Oh, so I have an email here that he had sent me. I can, we can split the issue and just table the psychiatric to next time, and then we can select the doctor. Mr. Van Sickle has, reviewed the two doctors, and he's vetted both of them. You know, as far as their past practice, I've looked into both doctors, and I see no problem with either one of them. I personally would choose the first one, Dr. Roca. As, Mr. Barnett has said, that he is very, knowledgeable in this field, and that's why they have selected him.
He practices here locally.
Dr. Roca is Baptist Hospital, and he has his own practice on West Bayou. And, Dewey is, West Florida. So they both are attached to, large hospitals.
Has Mr. Petronas seen these two doctors?
So there's a motion on the floor to table it.
There's a first, there's no second to table the psychiatric.
Let me ask you another question. We had a woman that, lawyer, I think, that helped with workers' comp cases and disability cases and so forth. And she used to give us names of doctors that, you know, it just causes a some research on the doctors, that makes me feel a lot better, but all due respect, you know, when the lawyer for the other side says, I like this doctor, it causes me to say, you know, it's not casting any aspersions, it's just makes me question. So I would just like to have somebody else say, yes, I like that doctor. I have been in the field and I've looked at how this doctor operates, and I like that. Steph's reassurance takes me about 90% there, but if there's somebody else, and I can't remember the woman's name,
Colleen Ortiz.
that's it. If she said, yeah, Dr. Rogan is fine, he's objective, he's fair, I'm good. Or you really ought to consider this doctor. And then we would ask Mr. Barnett what he thinks.
And I can read this email from, Van Sickle, if it'll help you push you over the edge.
Give me the other 10% there.
Uh,
Yeah, I read that, right?
the one that says, today I heard from Mr. Pagonis' attorney suggesting orthopedics, Dr. Jason Roca or Dr. Donald Dewey to perform the examination of Mr. Pagonis. I do not know either one of these doctors personally, but I believe either would suffice. I suggest asking Dr. Rocha first, as this was the first name suggested by Mr. Barnett, and he has a good reputation.
If we're gonna table it, let's not divide Colleen and just ask.
Okay.
And I would second the motion. And I would also add in the motion, if it's okay with the maker, to, ask Mr. Van Sickle to be here.
For certain.
Dan, can you clarify the motion?
Motion is to table any action regarding Terminus matter and hold a special meeting to discuss what you bring up. That is, did Mr. Petronas in effect drop the mental aspect of the claim, and then also to review these doctors? That's long-winded, but so let's get at one thing to determine, as we did in February.
Okay, so there's a motion to, table all Mr. Pagonis' evaluations, and then, research it. And there's a second by Buzz, the same matter. So is there any, discussions?
Are we tabling this until the next meeting, or what's your intent?
A special meeting.
Okay.
I understand my schedule is a lot thinner than most of you, but whatever works for you guys.
So as soon as Mr. Sickles available, and as soon as we get information from Colleen, and you'll schedule another meeting, and it will be just for that,
Yes.
that particular, okay. All right, I'm tracking that.
I like that clarification.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor to, table to the next, special meeting?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries to table it.
Mr. Chairman, may I excuse myself? I don't want to.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your attendance. I appreciate your clarification on some issues.
Y'all appreciate it.
You too. Thank you.
That's all for the old business, moving on to the new business. Yeah, there's an October pension trustees conference. Last I saw, there will be a, conference. Of course, that was as of last week. So I don't know if any of y'all are interested in attending the October conference or not. I personally am not going to attend it.
Is it in Paris?
No, I think it's the standard Orlando.
Paris, Alabama.
Texas.
Informational items, the 2019 annual report has been completed by Stephanie Forbes. The expenses, there is an expense, it's an approval for expense for Brian Webster's individual benefit calculation. That is $450, we need permission to pay that. There's an invoice on the back of that page, 18 of 18, for $450.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Buzz, second by Dan. Any discussion regarding paying the $450?
That was the individual who waited to make his claim for pension, right?
Yes.
Delayed.
So, no further discussion. All in favor to approve paying the invoice? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries to pay the invoice. Are there any trustee concerns?
One question. You actually alluded to it earlier, and we had some discussion about it at a prior meeting. And that is on the invoice for that psychiatric examination that the city paid for and then the board reimbursed. So there's $300 missing. Because he was put it up to say he's not coming back with a $300 cancellation fee. We didn't really discuss ways for us to cover that. Is that something we could, extend forward and see what the standard practice is for, if that's something that's coming? My thoughts is, if somebody's employed somewhere and they leave and they still have outstanding stuff that they have to turn in, or they have food, that we would need, check will be withheld or be deducted from whatever money is owed to them as they recover, what's owed to them. Is that something that our board's interested in doing as far as recovering that $300 or?
Where's it come from, out of the police department budget?
No, the city entity paid it because of the, time needs. The board reimbursed the city,
So it came out of pension fund.
came out of pension funds, yes.
So I'll get in touch with Stephanie Forbes and ask if there's any, avenue to recover funds from a claimant that decides at the last minute not
So your
to
point is, we ought to get him to pay.
reimburse the pension.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was the one that canceled at the last minute.
So that can also go into the special meeting too, because it's all one big egg. And I'll, have that answer by the time we get there. Any other concerns?
The annual report that Stephanie Forbes did, we need to review that or see, or just tell us the, high points, or are there any?
I don't know if there are, she just finished it like last week.
Oh, okay. So
I'll try to get a copy of it.
It'll
Yeah,
come
I
up.
think we should look at it.
Yeah.
You don't have a copy of it, do you? Deidre has a copy of it.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, I know you did.
yeah, so.
Is it 50 pages, these, or is it?
No, it's about 10, something like that.
Does that have the actuarial calculations?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you,
Let's see it.
Do y'all want me to send it to you guys?
Can you send it to me and I can disperse it to the board?
Any other concerns?
the wind is blowing too hard, go snap.
There's a way. Public forum?
No,
Seeing none? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Yeah. First by Dan, second by Tom. Motion's adjourned. Next meeting is next regular meeting, September 10th. I'm sure we'll have a special meeting before that.
Just, for calendar purposes, I'm gonna be here the whole month of July.
Okay.
If we,
Are you going to Seattle?
not in July,
I'm gone in August.
Montana in August.
I'm gone in August too.
Okay.
Most of it.
Figure it out.
You'll be there in 5 years.
You ain't kidding.
You going to Montana?
This year.
Glacier? Yeah. Where you staying? Oh, yeah.
You got me turned off, everybody?
Wait.
Yep, all done.
Stay in the right.
You're gonna say,
Yeah.